I'm down at the horses, the big horses, as I am every day, mucking out in the winter, so it's mucking out time now. So I just thought I would introduce you to the big guys. So we've got 5 big ones and another pony here. She's full of character, the pony, so she doesn't see visitors. So we've got 2 3-year-olds, 2 4-year-olds and an older 15-year-old here at the moment. So that one there is Ella, she's 3, and she's a Welsh Section D pony. So she'll grow a little bit more. She's bay. And then that one there, that colour is described as Palomino. That's Rain. She's 4. She's old enough to be ridden. We've just started riding her a month ago. She's great. Just takes everything in her stride. The bigger brown one, we describe her as bay because she's got a black mane and tail. That's Reva. Reva is 3 and she will be quite big. She's got quite a bit more growing to do. So she's really not done an awful lot. We're going to start her doing some really basic work towards being ridden probably over Christmas if we get time. So she came all the way from Cornwall as a 2-year-old last year, long journey, and she came with one of the other ones, Tinks. So let me see if my phone will just... So that is Georgie, the other pony, who's a bit of the handful. So she is 21 now, but you wouldn't know it. She races around like a mad thing from time to time, winds everybody up, etc, etc, etc. So the brown and white one, that's described as skewbald or coloured. He's got a black tail and bit of black on his mane. He's my old boy, Minty. So he's what we call semi-retired. He doesn't compete now because he's got a bit of arthritis. So he just hacks on the road. So he still gets ridden, just not very much. And then the one behind him is Tinks. So Tinks is 4 and we're just doing some work on training him to be ridden at the moment. So he came with Reva, the 3-year-old, last year. And they were pretty unhandled when they arrived. So we've sort of had to introduce them to humans, introduce them to getting led and going in stables and being brushed and all sorts of different things. Now, at the moment, I know it looks a bit weird, we've got 2 in there and 4 in the field I'm standing in. And we've actually, I've only just realised we've got them split into boys and girls, boys in one field and girls in the other. A lot of places do keep the boys separate from the girls. We not really bothered who goes in with who. We look at how they are together, how they interact together. So Tinks can be a little bit of a tinker. And he's just very, very boisterous, let's say. So the girls don't really appreciate it. And the boys, it seems to me, I don't know whether this is a thing in reality, but it seems to me that the boys like playing quite a bit. So when the boys play, they do head bashing. They don't actually bash heads, but they sort of go as if to bash heads and they rear up at each other, so almost stand on their back legs. And kick out at each other. They don't usually make contact, but they're just very boisterous, especially the younger ones. Whereas if I whiz round here into this paddock, these are young girls here. So they do have a bit of a run round, but they're just really sensible. And again, mind you, I have had mares that are completely bonkers. In fact, I've had a couple of mares that are completely bonkers. Like you put a head collar on them and they just rear in the air and oh my goodness me, I can't believe I used to deal with one like that. But yes, But these three younger ones are just so chilled out. They're really, really good. So they're dead easy. So we just put them where we think they're going to fit in best. And if it doesn't work, we change it round. But at the moment, we did have Georgie, the little pony, used to be in with the boys. Because we normally put her in, if anything's going to be left in a field on her own, we normally put her in so that there's 3 in a field, so that they're not left, especially particularly the youngsters aren't left on their own. But Tinks has just chased her a few times and he's actually been a bit vicious with her. Don't know why. To be fair, she's a bit of a nightmare because she sort of goes round squealing at them as if to say, oh, don't come near me. And the next thing they're chasing her because she's sort of wound them up. She almost goads them. Anyway, so she's in here with the girls now. And everything seems quite calm. So we'll keep them like this. So they were supposed to be 3 and 3, so they have got equal sized paddocks at the moment, but I suppose the girls really could do with a bit more. But anyway, that's the 6 we've got here to add to the 5 at home, the little ponies. So the little ponies live at home and the big ones live about 50